Gonna have to give me a few seconds when we get into the lobby, as I'm running a bit late today, so I need to get some settings sorted out for you. Before we get into it, how am I again today? Sorry for the yawn, a bit run down, but we'll be able to get through it. It's a Spanish GP today. Should be a fun one. Short qualifying going into the race. Then we got a full lobby today, which is much better than last week. We had a few out of the last round, but I think we're looking alright for today. Okay, 2 seconds, guys, and then we'll be getting straight into it. Right, okay, I think we're good to go. Basically, last week I think the engine audio was a bit too high. You might hear a little bit of echo at the moment while I'm sorting out everything out. We'll go Aston Martin out first in Ash J. So I'm just going to jump on with him and I'm going to have a look at the audio on the stream for a second. Yeah, sounds good. I think we can go for one click higher though, so you can get into the engine audio. Right, we'll give that a little test, and then we should be looking good for the rest of the session then. Yeah, I think we're all good. Right, apologies for that, guys. Everyone's starting their outlaps now. We've got Ash J coming around, the first one to do so as he comes round. He's pushing quite hard on the outlap, which doesn't surprise me. People are running high aero. Some people might be running a bit more risky around here, considering the straight is so long. Right, Wild Dog's back in the lobby, so that's good. Let's see how Ash J does on this lap then. Opening lap, so we're not going to see anything too special, as that has proved to my point. So let's jump on with Gautier Le Felon, who is not, no, who is so, oh, we actually, by skipping off of Ash J there, you've just seen a spinner. So who is the next one on the lap behind him? I think it is Digweed, it is. So we'll hop on with him for now, as he comes round turn 5, I believe. Tricky corner, this one. It's a bit nicer this year. We've got a lot of sausage kids on this track. Some even hidden in corners where you wouldn't want to see them out there. Little ones just to get under your skin. Takes the fast right-hander pretty decent. New corner profile year for the new season. He's taking quite a wide exit, and the grip going out wide can be a little bit rough, but he seems to be taking it okay. Obviously he's gone purple, being the first to set a valid lap so far. Fingers crossed. Comes round, nice apex into the chicane, drops it into third, gets it into fourth. Usually you want to get into fourth a little bit earlier, but it's okay. His traction's good, and sets a 1:18.5. Now I don't really know what the benchmark should be around here. I haven't done Spain since pre-season race of Cone. Will Simple just behind there with a 0.6, and then the Ferrari of Gautier Le Felon, I believe, who is just starting his lap. So we're jumping with him. Will getting out of the way, nice and proper, even though he had to take the exit of the track, but it's not too bad. And Gautier's just had a bit of a wobble there, and he's backing out of his lap too. Hopefully he gets off the racing line now. Yeah, he does. There we go. Not much else going on. We got Bailey setting the fastest lap now, who's on his in lap with an 18.1, so 4 tenths a gap to P2 at the moment, but then Goshin, the winner from last week in the Williams, takes P1 so far, when the first one to get into the 17s. Not too bad at all. Anyone else on a lap now? I think everyone is everyone's just on the in-lap period now. And it looks like it, yeah, Ash J taking a pretty funky line there. Got Deluxey on his out lap, same as Wild Dog. Obviously Wild Dog did disconnect from the session, so missed a few minutes of quali for him. Yeah. We'll stick on Wild Dog for now. Funky helmet, I like that. As he comes round now to the last chicane. I do quite like Spain. It seems a lot more fun to race on this year's game with these cars than it did before. It is a struggle for overtakes sometimes. I mean, it's really hard to nail the last chicane when you're in dirty air. Nicely done there from Wild Dog, it looks like, as he comes round. Takes a lot of curve there. You really want to be tight, and he gets a bit of a snap there by the looks of it. What I expect has happened there is his rears have just started to slide out very, even minusculely, but it still makes a difference, and he's had to catch it, but still on a valid lap so far. Not too much time lost as he's coming up into traffic now, but I don't think it will affect him. He's quite far back. Not missing, well, not hitting the apex there. What's he going to do into the right-hander? Takes it a bit wide, and did his wheel just come off before he hit the wall? Because it looked it. Well, unlike a Wild Dog, getting disconnected from quali was not the worst of the session for him. Got a few more people now coming around. Natural in the first sector, obviously got Wild Dog off there. We've got, I think that's Lesty the Twig. He's not on a lap, no chance. I think Deluxey is, as he's just gone past Wild Dog. He's now into the final sector. Decent apex there, doesn't extend too much. Nicely done there though, keeps it in fourth, which is what I like to do. Just makes it a bit easier to swing it around the corners. Feels a bit more stable with the rear differential locked a bit more. And he does go P2 because of it. 118.1, not too bad. Just pips Baza Fox. And then still a 4/10 gap there for the top three positions between Bailey Fox and Digweed, although I do know him as Pio. So we got Riordan starting a lap now, so we'll get an onboard shot of him and see how he's doing. I'm talking in game chat, I think, but I'm pretty sure I've got everything muted, so no worries there. There's some worries there though, because Riordan just had a bit of a spin. Looks like it might have taken a bit too aggressive a turn in, as Lesty then starts his lap. I think he's already set one lap, but I wouldn't even call it a lap really. He's on 1 minute 33, so I think he's looking to improve a lot on this one. Anything really changing in the top lot? So we got CRL Polishman. I've never actually seen this driver before, so I'm not sure if it's a debut or it's a returning driver just with different PSN. So we'll have to see about that. Got a few people out on laps now. Bailey Fox starting his lap. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. Nicely done there. It doesn't pull to the inside as you would hope so. Fandango quietly again goes on to pole. I think we missed a lap from his last week, and he just set a 179, very close to Goshin, but just enough to pip him for now. We still got 9 minutes left of the session, so plenty of time for everyone to pick up on their lap times, but that is definitely a good banker to chuck in for now. Just seeing how Bailey does now through the right-hander. Clips the apex nicely. Doesn't have enough speed to extend, or maybe he does and just using a bit too much aero on the setup. Nice apex there, but it looks like a bit of a slow exit though. Dropping down into third. Straight back up. Nice exit on the apex. Exit curve, sorry. Am I commentating an outlap? Yeah, I think I'm... Sorry, you lot. I think I'll just comment it in that lap while Indian Jesus has gone and stuck it on pole. 1:17.8 for the Mercedes driver. Just pipping Fandango. Good to see. Right. Well, now Bailey's 2 seconds up on his time, so I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if he's doing a race trim or what. Digweed seems to be equal on his time at the moment in P6. Riordan, Ashley, and that guy Draper still to set a time yet. 3 DNFs already into this session. Just shows how aggressive this track can be. But Digweed looking alright though on this lap. Yellow flags there. Wow, look at that traffic in turn 1. 3 cars all bunched up together. And Digweed comes in, doesn't think he's going to improve at all on that lap. And Will Simple is 4.6 seconds up on his time, so he should be coming into the pits now. Victor Mean also in the pits, Riordan in the pits. Ash J setting an outlap now. Indian Jesus is just coming in now, I expect. Zen and 8/10. What's going on? I can't find someone who's setting a bloody lap. Just said that he's 8/10 down and he's now not setting a lap, so he must be on in lap 2. Will Simpo is actually setting a lap, which is nice to see. Finally, he's just about a 10th up on his time at the moment, which should put him only at 1 position because the gap between a 0.1 and a 0.5 has been bridged now by Digweed. So the gap is dropping even more, and we've just had a change in position there. I'm not too sure who it was. I think it might have been Zena with a 1:18.1. As Will comes around now at the last corner. Not taking much apex. I think the boys of Will Simple and Bailey Fox are using quite a lot of aero. He does improve on his time. He goes for 1:18.1. Bailey in the Fox. Bailey in the pit. I'm all over the place today, boys. Really not much going on. Right, Polish man just on a lap now. We'll stick. I'm not laughing at him spinning, I'm just laughing at my poor luck of finding a bloody lap to commentate on. Right. Is Mazzles on a lap? No, he's not, and if he was, he's not now. Right, Indian Jesus on an out lap. I might just stick with him. Just to guarantee it. Right, no, Ash J is on a lap. No, he can't be. He's on 60% battery. Right. 5 seconds up on Estella. He's not setting a lap. Will Simpo pulling over. He's not setting a lap. Who's he pulling over for, though? And that is Indian Jesus who hasn't set a lap. But I'm just going to stick with him because I can guarantee that his next lap is a fast lap. So we'll just stick with that. Wait for him to get to the last bit of the lap. Ooh, interestingly, I've just seen in the chat MFC Trunders saying F dynamic weather. So my guess is that the race we're going to see a bit of rain, and by the sounds of it, quite a lot. I hope not for the whole race, because that is going to make my day longer and everyone else's, and I don't think everyone wants that. But maybe a dynamic change in weather will be quite interesting. Right, let's give this lap a watch then with Indian Jesus. He's already on pole with a 0.7, 0.79 I believe, which is pretty decent. Like I said, I don't know the admired pole times for this division. We'll see how it goes though. At the moment, as he comes into sector 2, just missed his split there as I'm looking in the chat to see if there's any more information about the weather, but it looks fairly clean for now. That's a nice apex there, just clipping both of the curbs, carrying a good amount of speed. Doesn't hit the apex, but he does take a lot of the exit curb, which shows he's carrying the speed pretty well. Hits the apex nicely there, doesn't touch any of the sausage curb, which is crucial. Just at a tap on the curb there. Comes around nice and tight here for the right-hander. Into the off-camber right-hander. Can be a tricky corner, that sausage curb will end up giving you points on skate 3 if you go over it, because it does 50-50 you. But he looks to come around the chicane pretty nicely, keeping a tight line across the line, and gets a 1:17.4. Very good lap from Indian Jesus there. Finally, we got to see one. I don't think anyone's improved majorly since then. Bailey on an outlap, who is looking to break into the 18s, similar with Will, Digweed, and Victor Mean by the looks of it. And then 5/10 off the 17s in P11 with Gautier Felon. Is Fandango on a lap? He is. He's about 3/4 of a tenth down. Well, 10th up on his lap. So we're going to live chat. See what's going on with you lot. And oh Christ, I've looked away for 2 seconds and Fandango's chucked it in a wall. I need to catch. I can't catch a break this session. Right, who's on a lap? Zenon's on a lap. So he's touched a bit of grass there. Something he probably doesn't usually do. I wouldn't mind saying, but he looks to be doing alright on his time so far. He's not. He's backed off. Never mind. Right, let's see what's going on. So Bailey started a lap, so we'll stick with him for now. Decent little apex there. And he's backed off, so he's obviously doing a crap lap. And he won't mind me saying that. I hope Gautier is not on a lap here. He's derating, so I expect he'll be coming into the pits now with Victor Mean in the Alfa Romeo. So we had Zenon backing off. We got Mazzles, Luxie and Goshin on outlaps. Goshin, he was the winner of last week. It was a pretty entertaining race, and he's only a reserve, so different car today. I don't know how much practice he would have put in, not knowing that he was going to get a guaranteed seat, but he didn't get a guaranteed seat in last round. He did so well anyway, so interesting to see how he does in his retires. Nice apex there from Goshin. Pulls it out just so he can pull it back in. Has to have quite a drastic lift there. Maybe it felt like the car was about to start in the steering and he just got on top of it before it made an issue. Nice and wide there. Just touching the curb. Get it down at the 50-meter board. Down to second gear. Straight up to third. Comes around now. Braking at the curb. Into fourth. Nice high gear ratio, which I'd like to see. Keep the throttle pinned around here. Nice apex. Nice exit as well. Using as much of the track, not as possible. You can still extend a little bit more, but more than what we've been seeing from the other drivers. Maz has been disqualified for driving the wrong way. Looks like he's had a spin and has been unable to correct it. Goshin's looking pretty decent here. I need to start looking at sector times when I'm doing these laps, just to have an idea of where it's going. But it looks decent. He's just clipped a bit too much exit curb there, but it didn't invalidate, lucky enough for him. And he does go 3.5 tenths quicker. Still 2 tenths off of Indian Jesus though, who is not going to be able to do anything else in this session, and neither is Goshin, so that is not going to be pole for him. Bailey crosses the line with a 1:79. Quite the gap then for these front runners. Fandango with a 0.9 as well, but he did retire, not having a chance to set his final lap. Deluxie in P5, who is on a lap. Nice apex there. Short up onto fourth in the exit. Swing the car around. What's this lap going to be? 4 tenths. Chucks himself up into P3 nicely. Digweed crossed the line for a P6 with an 18 flat. Zenon in the pits cannot improve. Will Simbo is down on his time, but it is by nearly half a tenth. There's still plenty of time for him to fix up in the last sector. Let's see if he can do so. It looks like he's backed off a little bit there in the fast right-hander. He hasn't backed off his lap, but it did look like he couldn't carry the speed that he wanted with the line he took it. He doesn't feel the fastest either while watching it. Oh, he's at the back out, yeah. Very squirrely lap there. Polish man coming round the last corner. 2 set. Nothing much better. A 1:18.6 will be his fastest of the session. Ashley having a spin. And that is it. Bailey Fox hasn't finished, but just having fun on his in lap there. Same with Ash J, don't know what these two are doing. Lefty in the pit as well, unable to set a respective time compared to the rest of the grid. Let's have a look at the chat. Gautier Le Filon. Wow, thanks CM. Oh, CM Punk? Yeah, well, Jigaboo says, Josh, you're talking commentator's curse to another level, mate. Yeah, I know, we struggled to find any entertainment. Well, we had a lot of entertainment, but not any anything to do with how the drivers were taken to the track. Oh, Codemasters. What happened, Mazzles? If you're in the chat, let us know what happened. I'm interested to see if it's going to be raining now. I hope it's a half and half. I really don't want it to be a full wet race. That's going to take a lot of energy for the drivers and for myself. DeWill says Spain without the A so far. Right. I think... okay. Reese Joe says Chick Magnet. Claude Makalele. Don't know what you lot are on about, gotta be honest. Right, well, let's get off the chat. We've got 20 people watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Indian Jesus takes pole by quite a margin. It's a time told in tenths, the margin to P2 from the current championship leader, reserve, but the current leader, nevertheless, after winning Britain. And then we saw the rest of the grid there. I'll have a call through of it once we get into the formation lap, as I did leave it quite late there. For you lot who were probably doing other things while listening. Leslie said setup works in TT but not here. Yes, mate, TT setups are a bit tricky. Oh, and look at that. It's wet. It looks pretty wet as well. The rain doesn't look too harsh. But, oof, not sure. Hopefully, it's half and half. I really do hope that. Because, yeah, I just can't be asked for a full wet race, to be honest. But if it is, then we just got to run through it, get it over with, and hopefully we can get some entertainment out of it, nevertheless. Excuses don't win championships, Lasty says ABS. Sivananda? Full wet race! Oh, why'd you have to tell me? Lassie's just let us know that it's a full wet race. Ugh. I mean, if I didn't know it was full wet, at least I'd have that like little bit of hope as the race goes on, to where it would lighten up and we'd get some dry racing at the end. But no, Leslie's ruined it. We're gonna be open for wet all the way through. We're not open it for it, but we're gonna get it nevertheless. How many times have I said nevertheless this stream? Let me know. It's been a few. Right, Indian Jesus took pole. Joshin P2, Deluxey rounding out the podium position so far. Bazzi gets P4, Fandango P5. We got Digweed on P6, Zen on P7, Will Simple 8, Victor Mean on P9, and Gautier Le Filon to round out the top 10. Bottom 10, Ash J, Polish Man, Nacho, Draper, Riordan, Lesty Trunders, and the DNFers, I think was Trunders too, Wild Dog, Jay Hartnell, and in last, Mazzles, who did curse out Codemasters in the chat, so not down to himself then by the looks of it. Track is very damp. The rain doesn't look too heavy, but everyone on it is, I assume. What am I doing? Where's the tyres? There we go. Yeah, everyone on it is This is going to be interesting. Low tyre pressures I expect everyone's running, so the wear will be quite high on these inters. I know it was for me in one of my prior races around Spain. But that contact patch is what's needed in these conditions to push out that water away from the tyre treads to just try and find that little bit of grip advantage. Right, what's chat saying? Matt in the chat, Matt with a capital M says, I'll say 11 DNFs. How many safety cars do you reckon there'll be? Because I reckon there'll be a few with this weather. It's tricky conditions. I guarantee not many people have been, well, I guarantee hardly anyone would have practiced for rain. I know I never practiced for rain. You probably should, but it does level out the playing field a little bit, the rain. So we might see some unexpected drivers climbing up the grid as everyone starts to get into their grid slots now. Let's get into a cinematic camera. Nice little burn out there from Zenon. A few people getting DC'd, disqualified because of going a bit too fast into the grid slot, a little too far. But that's what this is all about. It's all about pushing the limit. And unluckily they've just gone a bit too far over them. But it looks like we're going to get lights out. This camera angle's crap. And Zenon's in P1. I didn't even clock that. When he shouldn't be. His camera angles are crap. Right, lights are out. And Bailey Fox has had a storming start into P1. I was about to say P2. And that is cracking. We got ghosted cars. What's going on? Ooh! And there goes Indian G to smacks it on the rear of the McLaren there. I'm not too sure if that was a McLaren at fault. Will Simbo's jumped a few positions too. Wasn't sure if that was the McLaren's fault, but it looked like he might have just been in an awkward place for the Mercedes as he's at the back. Zenon, although he's desynced and says he's in P1, he is actually in P3. And I was thinking we had a safety car then, but no, that's just how slow it is in the Indies weather. Let's look forward to that. But everything else is looking okay. We had a few off at the back, looks like from Nacho down to Wild Dog, who had tricky starts. We got movement there into the fast corner. It's hard to catch it all. Let me get the tyres off. That's just getting in the way now. There we go. Let's get telemetry off as well. Don't need that. Right, this looks a bit better now. Equal timings there for a second. I don't know what that was for. Right, is this desync or are we just getting visual glitches with the ghost and stuff? Polish man looking to get a run into Deluxey on the inside, going into turn 1. Oh, sector 3 and Trunders is out. Dead in the last chicane, and there's a safety car, and that is so unfortunate for Cyril Polish man, who's going to have to sacrifice the position, even though it looked like an easy one to take. He wasn't ahead before the safety car, but by the looks of it, the game thinks he was. What on earth is going on here? So, alright, Zenon's back into his correct position. So we've had a bit of a reset on the Codemasters crap. So I think, right, full safety car. Let's just have a breather from the spectacular racing of Inter's weather. Yeah, it's just going to make this even longer. But a few interesting moments there. Don't want to be taking a sausage curve here, pal, especially in the safety car conditions. Not a risk you want to be taking. Let's have a look at the position changes. Right, so big winners. Mazel's massive winner, P10 in a blink of an eye, and we didn't even catch it. It was that quick. Into P10, 10 positions up, tenfold all round. J. Arnold also going up, 6 points, 6 places there. Lesty up 5 places. Riordan taking a massive jump up there, 7 places. Polish man also equal to him, and then Will Simpo and PC Zenon all jumping 4 spots. Gioshin keeping it into his P2, which I'm sure he won't be disheartened with. Still plenty of time to do so. And then Bazza Fox there jumping up 3 places off the line. Massive jump to go ahead into turn 1 there, which he'll be very happy for. Quite the gap now. Bailey needs to slow down because the safety car's there. Oh, Christ, Bailey. Oh, God. Well, I'm not too sure. Well, unsure whether you call that Bailey's fault because Jioshin wasn't taking too much care either. But Jioshin does tap the rear of Bailey after slowing for the safety car. Luckily, it doesn't look like he has damage. He might have lime that's not visual. But he does take a 5-second penalty. And you're guaranteed you're going to need to stop around Spain or Inters. So it's a guarantee that's going to be served. You're just going to have to hope there's not going to be a safety car after doing so. Oh, tricky that. This is what Lesty does. My goat says at ABS. Civ. I'm going to say that before I butcher your name anymore. Right. Still got to wait for the 4 at the back to come along. So I'm just going to have a sip of me water. It is a hot day today. Although it's not been as hot as the last few days, it's still roasting. And I got so many bottles of water in the fridge. I had 2 in the freezer yesterday, which I had this morning, and they were lovely. They're like they're lush. It's like a time released drink. So you can't just down it all in 2 minutes and be replenished. It takes a while, and it keeps you going throughout the day. Because this bottle will not last me 2 seconds, guarantee it. It's too hot. And racing in this weather as well is hell. I mean, if you're on pad, you're not doing too bad. Might have sweaty hands, but if you're sat in a rig today racing, respect. Because what the hell have you done, Will? Will! What's he done? He's bloody bottled it on the straight. What's going on? I tell you what, Will. God, Will. Obviously, I don't hope that anyone's hit him because I don't want incidents under safety cars. But for his sake, I hope someone has, because that's pretty poor from the man from Sheffield. He'll be in a fight with Bailey, that's for sure. So if he has been hit, Bailey will know it. I'll give him a message now, see what's happened, see if we can get an insider. What happened to Wild Dog? I went cooking my tasty pieces of beef. Not too sure, mate. Him and Trenders went out early. Trent, as we see, Trenders leaving the session there. Let's see if we can get an insider on Will. Right. What happened? Did you get hit? Or are you crap? There we go. He is my mate, so you know I'm not taking make out of drivers. I am, but he's my mate, so I get a loyalty. He says, I said, what happened? Did you get hit or are you crap? And he said second one. So Will has dropped it onto safety car in the Inters weather. Tried to heat tyres and back end went instantly and no saving it. I can't see the next bit. But wow, unfortunate for him as we get into the race now. I think we're about to get going now as Bailey leads. He's not gone yet. He has now. Is there much going on at the back? There's I think there's a position going here. Mazel's looking to get on the inside of Gautier Furlon. It's a move that we was about to see before the safety car comes out. And are we going to resume with the exact same move? No, we're not. Not quite. Not until the next corner. As Mazel's gets excellent traction and sneaks it up the inside of Gautier Furlon, making his restart just that little bit better. Got Ashley getting very close to the back of Victor Mean. Is he going to he's going to late brake? Not enough to make the move. Bailey looking pretty comfortable so far in P1. anything else going on. Look at the gaps forming already, over 1.3 seconds from P5 to P6. We've got Mazzles, who's closest to another driver by the looks of it. He is, and he's closest to Fandango. Just had a word from Mr. BT Ben Rydell. Says his daily activities have been called off, and he can come join me now. Give him a yes. Well, I'll be alright to do it on my own, but it's going to be a long race, this one, and my throat's already hurting. Not too much going on. Bailey sets the fastest lap, as it looks like. The gaps in wet weather, it's so hard to push yourself for a move when you're on equal terms all the time. You've always got battery, no DRS to take the advantage of being behind someone so close. It just makes it harder. Fandango getting a bit closer now to reorder the teammate. I wonder who will see some tactical changes come in. Excuse me. But I'm not sure. Not really sure. Let's have a look at the chat. See if any of you are piping up. Jesus with a last first, calling it now. Called Jesus for a reason, says Cross Liam. Not bad. Could be a shout. So Liam Cross thinks Indian Jesus is going to be his winner today. I'm not too sure about that with the wet weather conditions. We've got to move with Draper and Indian Jesus. Indian Jesus on the outside, and couldn't have been timed better for Liam Cross for this to happen, because it's definitely validated some of his way of thinking. Quite a few people very close now in this little pack for the last section of the points. Oh, and the Mercedes and Nacho gets a little bit of a wobble on the curb, and it looks like Digweed's going to push. He's got the battery on. He's going to push to the inside like his teammate did not too long ago, and he sent it. Oh, and look at that. The Mercedes teammates making contact. That was interesting. We've seen this before somewhere. But I think Nacho's going to keep the position for now. Indian Jesus is not going to be happy. I think Indian Jesus had a great run there. And look at the runs he's getting. Nacho is only holding him up. It'd be the right thing to do to let him pass, but with this much traffic... Oh, he sent it! What is Indian Jesus doing there? That was a bit selfish from him. With that many people behind. Oh, we've gotten off. We've gotten off an Alfa Romeo there. That guy Draper, not out, but definitely out for the count so far. I tell you what, that dive from Indian Jesus, if I was Nacho, I would not be happy. I mean, it did look like Indian Jesus wanted to get past his teammate, and that's fair enough. But when there's that much traffic behind you, you can't really hand over a position like that, and Nacho's had a bit of a half sprint as we're talking about him. Yeah, that was a big... It's tricky. I haven't seen all the POVs, so I can't really give a formal opinion on it, but it did look a bit deep and a bit aggravated. Bailey Fox still in P1 though. Setting fastest laps after fastest lap. Not much else going on across the grid. We've got Gauthier Le Filon in P9. Closest to another driver as we've got Jay Hartnell and Digweed all close up to the rear of Leslie Twig, who is in P10. Let's get these positions off. Don't need all that malarkey for now. 21 people in. My former racing number actually, until Jerome took it off me because he's the quote-unquote champion and all that. All that crap. But thank you for tuning in. Mercedes 2016 flashbacks, yeah, definitely. That could have gone a lot worse than it did. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest of a battle, but you know, it was spicy, and that's what we want. Whitey Cobes, that is Kobe, that is a Wild Dog, said, the will, I crashed, unfortunately. Indian Judas from the will. I'm not quite clued up on all that sort of stuff, so I'll leave that as that. Chuck us an update on Tier 4 if anyone's skipping between the two. Please. Right, Digweed just falling off a bit. Oh, and the Red Bull's having big moments here, really, aren't they? Definitely catching a warning there. Now, Goshin is the only one that's sticking with Bazza at the moment. 4/10 behind. He's holding nicely, that 5-second pen. Obviously, I don't know who you would put to blame, because technically Bailey, I mean, he's abiding by his own delta, I guess. And then Goshin just hit the back of him under safety car to get that 5-second penalty. So I wonder if that is removable or not. Then gaps just a bit bigger. Indian Jesus going for a move on Jay Hartnell there. Looks to make it pretty simple. Now, be nice to see his pace compared to the two in front now. So Jay Hartnell was in that queue with Digweed for Lesty. And wow, Lesty's been robbed there by got LeFelon and Nacho. And Jay Hartnell's around. Did look to be having a few moments there, but I'm not too sure if that was contact or not. Have to wait and see for stewards. Oh, big moment there for Indian Jesus. A lot of times yet to be lost for that. Seems to be a struggle with the rear tyres at the moment for some people. Bailey setting another fastest lap. He's really doing well here. But all credit to Goshin. Might be a bit discouraged from the penalty. Doesn't look to have damage though, thankfully, because of it. Is the only one that can challenge him at the moment. Taking a bit of an awkward exit there for Lesty. Didn't look like he span the rears out, but maybe just having to pull the car a bit narrow to keep it a bit more stable. Have we got any other movement going on? Don't believe we do. Take a quick gander into the chat again. Tier 4 isn't live yet, I think. Nothing else. Oh right, okay. I thought they were here at the same time. My apologies. Energy is getting very close now. This is a prime area for him. It's where he's been getting all his moves done. Don't do it. Thank God. I thought he was going to switch it up to the inside then. Whew. Well, Mr. BT Rydell said he could join me. I've said yes, start a party, and I have not had a reply. So, and I've not seen a party notification, so I feel like I've been a bit baited there. I'm going to check a second just in case it hasn't popped up for me. And I've just been commenting on my own for no reason. No, I think we're all okay. Zenon's in a party on his own in the tier 3 party. Might just drop in and ask him a few questions while he's racing for a podium and that. That would be interesting, but I don't think the admins would be too happy, nor the drivers, just in case it puts them off a bit. Gautier, half a second behind the ordinary. Where's Indian Jesus? So, still yet to make a move on Lesty. Lesty proving to be a bit too fast in the straight by the looks of it. Gautier, and a bit of lag there as well for Indian Jesus, thankfully. If it wasn't lag, he was going across the country. Look how close he gets in this section though. He's definitely got more downforce. A little bit of a love tap to Lesty's rear. He must have a much higher downforce setup, because his pace in the corners is a lot better than the drivers around him, but his exit speeds are not the greatest. No more gaps coming to fruition around the track. Yellow flags for Draper. We saw him have a few spins. Well, I say quite a few spins in Austria in the pre-season race. But he looks to be coming to the pits now. I wonder if that's to retire. Bailey still holding well though. Goshin holding into that 1 second gap. Not that it really matters in the wet, but it will end up mattering when he needs to go for a move. But yeah, Draper's calling it a night there. Anything else going on? Ooh, a lot of curb there for Nacho. Ooh, Fandango's getting closer. But he's run out of road. Not enough of it to make the advantage of the straight. Oh, and we've got movement. Nacho getting dropped here by Victor Mean. And Draper's left the session also. Now, Indian Jesus is really struggling now to get past Leslie. They're dropping so much time to the lot ahead that Liam Cross's prediction is really falling apart the longer and longer that he stays behind the Haas. No, Nathan, I don't think that incident was entirely on Bazir. I think Bailey, although he was going a bit fast into the corner, he did stick behind the safety car, which is all he has to do, really. And Jioshin should have known. Oh, and he goes for the move, finally. The Mercedes. But he's getting switchbacked in the rain by the Haas. What? It's gone on there. Okay. Indian Jesus is back. Back ahead of him now. I thought I had you on mute, pal. You're on... Phone's on Do Not Disturb and I'm still getting noties. What's that about? Right, anyways. Ashley. Is he looking to do the same as the Mercedes ahead? Both Mercedes powered engines against the Ferrari. He's using a lot of battery, turning it off now. Thinks he's got enough straight line and he goes. Oh, it's a lovely braking zone to be fair to him. Gets on them brakes and down them gears very nicely. But he's made a mess of the exit though, getting a bit squirrely. So is Leslie, nearly swinging it into the right hand side wall, but he just about knows when to cut it out. Fandango very close to the Polish man. That is his name, I'm not just calling him a Polish man. High gear there, nice and sick. And it's worked out, he's got the traction. Ooh, looks like the Williams tried to play a defensive move there, but just a little too late. Now, longer run in, run the outside, but he is going to find the traction. Victor Mean penalty, and the Williams stays ahead for now. So it hasn't been too bad. For a wet race, it hasn't been too bad. I think with these cars, you can get away with a bit more. Oh! Tell you what, if Fandango was playing Skate 3, you would have got a lot of skill points for doing a 50-50 grind there. But this is not the game you want to be getting on them sausage curves and grinding that wooden plank on the bottom of your car. Very unfortunate spin for him there. As we got the first of the pitters, Cyril Polishman looks to be just the wheels. So I think this is where the wear is starting to get a bit bad, which is probably why Fandango struggled to get the car turned in for the last chicane. Temperatures might be rising in the tyres. I mean, they're pulling a drier line as long for as as more they go. So it definitely could be the case of finding a bit of understeer. Digweed, Godiela fell on, go side by side, but fell on a bit deep. But the Alpine, brilliant traction on the outside. My jaw is hurting. I promise I haven't been doing any other activities before this. I do. Sorry, you lot, I'm a bit knackered and I'm chatting a bit of bollocks. I can't say that. Sorry. Right. Anyways, moving on. Digweed P7, half a second behind Riordan after getting that move on Gautier fell on. Who has got? He's one of the only three to have penalties so far, which has been quite good. Bailey still holding out very good in P1. Jioshin, the only one to hold their pace, 6.5 seconds away from P3. These two are out of harm's way by the looks of it on skill around Spain. Fastest lap from Mazzles there, going purple. Let's have a look at the chat. Probably wondering what on earth I was just chatting there. Gio was too quick as well and couldn't react. Yeah? Gio? Oh, we got a move. Digweed going up the inside of Riordan. Not for long though. Couldn't grab the traction on the inside line of the right-hander. Who's Gio, Nathan? if there's someone in this tier that's called Geo, I'm gonna look like a knob. I think there is. Oh, there is, of course! Yeah, sorry. Geo Sheen. I call him Geo Sheen, so I didn't think of Geo. Because I know a separate person called Geo. Bloody hell. Caught me out there. Digweed getting very close to Riordan still. I don't know, Jacob, I'm a bit frazzled today. It's too hot. Look, I got everyone who's been in the part. Oh, very close here for Indian Jesus. He's got a queue of 3 ahead. Queue of 4, sorry. Yeah, Jacob. You know what it's like. If I have my window open, you can hear anything and everything, and I have to have it closed for these streams. And my room feels like a sauna, sat in this bloody leather chair. So it wouldn't be surprising if my mind's a bit frazzled. But Digweed on the inside of Riordan, he's absolutely sent it. He's hit the apex pretty nicely. Oh, he's looking like it's going to get spicy. Let's get to a camera at the back so we can see all of it from back to front. Indian Jesus, look at the grip he has. He must be using a high downfall setup compared to these guys. And it seems to be paying off a little bit. See how much traction you can gain on the Aston AlphaTauri now. Gains a lot, even though he's on the inner line with less track to do so. Oh, on the Aston... Oh, no. Oh, no. What's happened there? We've seen the likes of Fandango trying to stick his nose up on Indian Jesus. Around the left-hander, but then when we cut to the front TV pod camera, we saw Indian Jesus clip in the back end of Gautier Le Felon. So not sure what was going on there. I wouldn't know about the heat. Been checking it down with rain all day up there. Well, lucky you, mate. I'm sat in a bloody easy bake oven commentating. You're sat. How's your internet, by the way? Have you had it sorted out or what? Right. What's going on now? I'm so off track. Pit for Riordan in P7. Also Fandango. Oh no! This is going to be a double stack. It's not got a puncture. This is going to be a double stack. That's unfortunate. Now the pit. Oh, I tell you what, the Codemasters have done well to make. Oh, Indian Jesus is out. What's going on? Oh, he's out. He looks like he's dropped it on traction, and that is a full course safety car. So the AlphaTauris aren't gonna be too worried about having to pit. Probably would have gained a bit of time by doing it now, but you know, hindsight's a beautiful thing. Oh, well, I tell you what, Liam Cross said P1 to P20 to P1 because he's Jesus and he comes back to life and all that. But on this day, the boulder was never removed from the cave and he's still in there because he's out. Nathan, do you mean my Wi-Fi? I think it's fine. Should be. You have to ask yourself who Geo was in all this. I know. Graham Souness, absolutely out of his mind right now. Indian Judas confirmed killing Frenchy boy. Nice. The Will says can't wait to see Jacob disconnected after 55 minutes of race tomorrow. Oof. Yeah, well, apparently his internet's been sorted, so we're looking all good. Bailey, are you kidding? Is Bailey not pit? No. Surely not. Oh, by the way, this glitch is a killer. This glitch where if you click race director and then it just kicks you out of it and pushes you back on track. Oh no, he has pit. Sorry, I'm being silly. I've just been looking at chat while he's done so. Now look at this. Because of that 5-second penalty, Geo Sheen has dropped quite a few positions. He served it, and I don't think he'll be able to get it removed now because of the safety car being the reason. Right, I guess we can just chill out now. Oh, what are you doing, Puzzles? Gonna get a track warning, lad. Keep it on. Alright, just gotta wait for a few to catch up and really get going on the next lap, it looks like. Do you know what? I could jump into the party of Bailey and Will and just do a quick little interview mid-race. That'd be quite interesting. As Ben has abandoned me for the second time. It's like a crap father. Says he comes back, never does. Bloody pub's been cancelled. I can commentate with you if you want. Alright then, chill. Open a party up, pal. I'll join you mid-race. I haven't heard a word. Ben Rydell's a fraud. Alright. Nacho having a bit of a half spin there. We just caught that. I am sweating conquerors, boys and girls. All inclusive. Ben Fraud though. Hashtag Ben Fraud though. Very, very big fraud. Ben Fraud. Let's have a look at what's trending on Twitter. See what's going on in the world. Ooh, Liverpool are playing Crystal Palace live. I'm not going to give you a lot of people to watch Match of the Day. And I'd like to have a look at the results later on, so I won't go into that. Helmut Marko's actually trending. What outrageous piece of crap has he said now? Helmut Marko says Gasly is the team leader out of Tauri, but he believes Tsunoda is already at his level in terms of 1 lap speed. 5-second penalty for Cyril Nacho. Contact with Gautier Le Filon. Severe contact. But it doesn't look it because he's got a full wing on, so Codemasters be lying. Helmut Marko won Vettel's retirement. He wants to see his children grow up. I think his speech that he posted on Instagram is very good. He has different priorities and a different worldview. Then you can't drive for a brand that is sponsored by an Arab mineral oil company. Well, yeah, we've all seen that. Vettel retiring this year, very sad. The Aston Martin driver, it's not sad, he's had a very fruitful career. 4-time champion with Red Bull, who are seemingly leading this race. With Bailey, everyone's pitted obviously, as we're about to get going again now. Bailey's keeping a decent gap to the safety car. You've got to wait until it gets over the pit line before you can set off, which will be about now. I think he's gone a bit early now. Right, sorry for that. I had a little visitor in the room called Grayson, my little brother, and I think we just missed Polish man dropping a few positions there, maybe 1 or 2, not too sure. But Bailey gets away nicely. Gio trying to gain those positions back. Oh, that was almost bad. Just clips the outside of the Haas. Obviously, his pace was unmatched apart from Bailey, so we should expect him to be getting past these drivers soon enough. But that was very close. It looked like a position he was going to be gaining, but just clipped the rear and it didn't end up working out for him, and he dropped an extra position for it. Gap's beginning to stretch already. Polish man on the rear of Ashjay though. We got Jay Hartnell getting very close to the Mercedes with Nacho, and he makes the move. Done. Gets the move done, sorry. PC Zenon also losing positions because of the pit phase with let's see if did someone pit earlier. Yeah, I think it was Battlefox sets the fast lap again. Digweed pitted a bit earlier, so didn't pit under the safety car by the looks of it, because he's gained a few positions, pushing Zenon down to P4. Victor Mean looks to be gone off, as he's lost 2 positions there. as Jay Hartnell comes around the inside, and wow, look at the understeer on that Alfa Romeo. Everyone build in the gaps again. Let's stick with Gioshin for a minute, because I'm sure he'll be able to give us a bit of entertainment soon. Hopefully he hasn't got damage. I don't think he has from that contact with the Haas. Would have been very minuscule if he did. This is rough, no confidence in the car at all from Lesty. So mid-race chatting in the chat there from him. I can check tyre age. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? I can do that. Yeah, Digweed, 19 lap old Inters, and he's still in P2. He has dropped down to Bailey. I can't believe I didn't remember that I could just look at tyre age and rather than going for all the... Oh, Christ. Ben Rival, where are you at? I need you. Just got on track and score points, says Nathan JB. Yes, you should be able to go to your Fillon. Getting overtaken by Fandango on a 4-lap Inters. Equal terms there, but he does get the better of the Ferrari driver. Look at this, Gioshin getting a bit of a run on the Ferrari. Is he going to send it up the inside? No, he doesn't. Thinks better of it. More moves going on there. Jay Hartnell and Victor Mean going side by side. Jay Hartnell not being able to get the traction on the inside, which you would expect, but we did see earlier that Indian Jesus was catching so much traction on the inside, so it looks like a lot of setup differences across the grid today, which I did expect. I was in a party with Will and Bailey, who were preparing for the race earlier, and deciding between a safe setup with extra grip, being a bit slower, or being a bit faster on the straights and risking the car. It was definitely a conversation that drivers would have had before the race, and you can see some people have made different decisions to others by the way that their race is going so far. Got Deluxey right on the back of Digweed there. Interesting with Digweed to why he didn't pit. Well, look at the snaps people are getting on the exit of the last corner. It's quite a tricky one. Look at the speed from Gioshin here on the straight. Looks like an inevitable move. But the Ferrari's tried his hardest to stick it around the outside to become the inside, but the outside takes trumps for the McLaren of Gioshin. Move settled there. Digweed's doing very well on these old as the pace seems to be holding out okay in them. Very close there between Fandango and Lesty, going side by side. And Fandango takes P10. I've got my phone on mute. Christ. It's on mute, but that doesn't make sense. Right. That goes off again. I'm throwing out a window. That's shut, so that's going to be costly. Deluxey is, although we were talking about Digweed's PO's tyres being okay, we are getting so close to him with a Haas. Gioshin just behind as well with Zenon. Even Mazel's is just behind, and then the gap is a little bit higher for Ashjay, but it will be dropping with how tight these lot are battling. Got to be moves being made now, surely. Not much battery there for the Haas. Digweed managing to keep it ahead though. Baza Fox sets the fastest lap, being 3.5 seconds away. Gioshin makes the move around the outside on Deluxey finally. Now, I don't think Gioshin will be waiting too long to get the move done on PO here. I mean, we saw the grip that the McLaren was getting earlier compared to some of the other drivers, and I think he'll be taking advantage of it against the old and vulnerable of PO's tyres. Not much else going on at the back, I don't think. Nope. We got the Alfa Romeo just on the back of, thought they fell on there for rounding out the P10. Polish man obviously had a bit of a spin there, and he's quite far at the back. Look how big that gap is building now between Bailey and Gio. It wouldn't surprise me if we do see Gio cut the gap down a little bit once he does get past the Alpine, if he gets past the Alpine, that is. It's very likely, but we can't rule it out yet. Because you just never know. But look at this train. This is surely it's got to bring something soon. Basil Fox constantly setting parables. He's not the biggest fan of Hamilton, I can tell you that, but he's acting like him at the moment, setting all these fastest laps. Fandango coming along as a Max Verstappen to take it from him though. The 28 flat. Right, is anything going on now between these lot? Gioshin has got to be going for it now. Is he going to send it up here? No, he doesn't. He thinks differently. But look at the run he's getting on the inside. But I tell you what, the Alpine's doing very well on these old tyres. If he can get these to the end, he's probably made the right choice, because the advantage he's taken by taking them and not pitting them to the safety car, gaining those few positions, is probably going to outweigh the alternatives. Yellow flags, and Mazzles is off. He's backwards. And he's backwards again. Well, half backwards after he's tried to spin the rears out. Oh, he's having to go into reverse. Lost a lot of time now because of that. Oh, it's a full course safety car. Wow. Ooh, what happens now with Digweed? Now, simple choice here for Bailey in the front up, the lot up front. Don't pit, don't need to. Tyres can make it all the way to the end without harm. Pio stays out too. I tell you what, it's probably the right choice because the grid is quite jumped up. What's Pio doing? Pio, you're in the safety car, pal. Pio, you're in the safety car, pal. What are you doing? What? What? What's... Oh my god. What's happened? Why has Pio done that? Or why has Pio's car done that? He's out. He's P20. He's gone from rags to riches back to the rags. What on earth have we just seen? Right, let me get the phone out. We're going to have to look in chat and get some... Massive safety car for Pio this. Yeah, it would have been. What is going on? Oh my god. Pio going rogue. Pio what? From the likes of the World Jacob and Dragon in the chat. I assume he didn't have a safety car. Says Dragon. Maybe. I guess Pio might have not had a safety car on his screen. That would have been weird. I'm gutted for him. I'm gutted for him. That would have been massive. He would have saved his tyres a bit, being under the laps of the safety car for another 2. It would have only left him with 5 or 6 to go. And he could have made it. He could have made them tyres last. It would have been close, but he would have gained a lot of positions because of staying out. But now I guess we'll never know. Kanye West. Because Cody's crap. Or Pio's crap. Can't rule that out. I don't think he is, though. God, what a shame. What a shame. Gioshin won't be worrying about it too much, though, because it makes his work a lot less harder. He's back to where he was now. So, he's gone through the troubles of having to grind up all the way through the grid. Back to where he was. So, you know, he's took 10 steps back and 10 steps forward again. He hasn't really gained anything from the whole portion of the race. But he's happy enough now that he can challenge for the win again. He's had his 5 seconds removed, so it's not going to matter that he had it, really. It matters for the fact that it put him so far back, but he's lucky to have the chance again. I say lucky, it's good karma for him to have the chance again to come back and do so, although we'll have to figure out who was at fault for the contact. DeWill says Pio didn't have a safety car on his screen, or he had the awareness of a goldfish, lol. Yeah, well, it'd be hard to. It'd be hard to. I love Pio, but I'm pretty sure he'd have the awareness to understand his trap map going yellow, his bloody leaderboard going yellow, a green delta flashing top right, and then Bailey slowing down, and a yellow flashing car ahead of him. I think he would have seen all that. So by the looks of it, he's been shafted by Cody's there. Very unfortunate. Fortunate for us and for him. Fortunate for the likes of Yoshin, Deluxy and Zenon though, who got to jump back up in position because of it. Oh, well, everyone really. But those in contention for a podium. Bailey Fox leading his third safety car restart of the day. He's handled all of them pretty well so far. So how's he going to handle the third? First the worst, second the best. Third, the one with a hairy chest. I cannot confirm or deny if he has a hairy chest or not. But he's come across the line and he started the run down to turn 1 pretty well. You can see the DRS, ERS being used quite a lot in P1. Oh, his move. Oh, he's almost free wide there into turn 1. Baz is holding P1 nicely, so I'm not too worried about going onto the leaders. Fandango coming around the outside. Can he do it? Has a bit of a wiggle there. And look at the apex speed. Cold tyres maybe for some of these lot. Lesty dropped position to the Polish man. Ooh, bit of a decent lag there, thankfully. Oh, Jushin and Bailey are battling. Jushin tries to send her on the outside. Doesn't make the move. No. Don't know about driver interview. I'll see how it goes, but moves there from Mazzles and Fandango. Fandango up around the outside has been taken by Mazzles on the inside of the fast corner. And whoa, Fandango! He's tried to send it on the inside. He shouldn't. Not when you're that far back. And he backs out. Well, I say backs out. He holds the brakes, praying not to hit the side of the Alpine, and he doesn't, to be fair to himself. Side by side, Jay Arton and Leslie the Twig. We've seen this a few times today already. Oh, and it looks like Leslie's been pushed a bit. He should get the better run onto the straight. Oh, there's so much going on, it's hard to keep track. Is Leslie going to try and send it? He's got the overspeed, you can tell by how much he's creeping up into the diffuser of the Red Bull. He's going to send the move. Oh, he doesn't really. Well, I say he doesn't. He hits the apex, but the Red Bull is absolutely sent out the outside himself. My jaw off. My both jaws are in. Right. How's it going at the top now? So the gap is regulating itself at the front, like it was before Gioshin was split from Bailey. Deluxy with a penalty in P3. Then will be sitting pretty nicely. He knows he hasn't got the pace of the front two, but he knows he can keep the Deluxy in his penalty range to take the final podium position with the last 4 laps. Polish man's out. Oh, big crash. A lot of oh wow, another safety car. Christ. I love pulling these out. It's like a clown car. When you think there can't be more, there always is. (45 + 8). No one ever says that. They just say 8:45. I'm just a weirdo. Safety car again. Gioshin. Wonder if anyone's going to take a risk with some fresh tyres. Especially if someone's got a 5-second penalty. Has anyone got a 5-second? No, all freeze. It'd be interesting if anyone had a 5-second to jump in and get a fresh set on. You've got enough to lose then. Just something to gain. Mazel's doing really well. 11 positions. Gained 10 positions on the first lap. But he's only managed to gain 1 up until now. In total, obviously he's probably jumped a few more, but he's probably dropped a few at the same time. Bailey holding his lead all the way through since the start of the race, which is good to see. Jushin doing well to stick with him, but I don't know if he's got the pace to make the overtake stick. Got the pace to maybe challenge once or twice here and there, but like he did after the first most recent safety car restart. But I don't know if he can hold it. Let's see if anyone has like a glitch and decides to, you know what, just overtake the safety car. Has anyone had word from Pio, by the way, about what happened? It'd be nice to know what happened with him. I'm assuming there wasn't a safety car on his screen, but you never know. You never know. Nacho getting back into his qualifying position now, P13. Now we'll be in this lap, as it was the same one that they were picked up on. So we'll have one more lap of safety car, which will leave us with 2 racing laps on the grass there for Zen, and don't want to be doing that, pal. Anyone in chat know what happened with Pio? He said anything in the chat? In Discord? Let's have a look. Let's have a look in the chats on Discord. So Will Simple at 8 o'clock said, "I am stupid." He was, yeah, spun out on the straight. The little melt. Right. Draper getting sympathy from Nathan in the chat as well. Gioshin said, "Sorry, don't think I gave you enough space." Indian Jesus said, "No worries, the issue was with the Red Bull braking too early." Ooh, throwing shade at Bailey there. I think Indian Jesus might have thought Bailey would brake a little bit later on the opening lap. I believe that conversation's about. Digweed, what happened, bruh, says AJ Wuhan. When the safety car came out, this is in Pierre's words, when the safety car came out, it was right next to me as I was putting the throttle down out of the corner, so it DSQ'd me for passing the safety car. Wow, so Pio's safety car did register, but only after he had just got past it, which is very interesting. That's weird. That very unlucky for him as well. Condolences to the Pio. Can confirm BT fraud Rydell still hasn't opened a party after he said he could come back and commentate. Really poor from him. Proper poor. Sat here. My throat's going to nothing. Steaming in a sauna. I don't know why I'm talking about that, because Bailey is about to get going again in P1. Seems like a pretty sound restart, but Goshin's pretty near to him. I messed around with the settings and it's showing fastest laps, so look how close he is. He's going to send it, yeah. Oh, he doesn't. He drops the throttle, even a bit of brake, and decides not to, but he's made the move. Absolutely godly traction. Switching the car around there. What has happened? Bailey's just lost a bit of grip there. He must have colder tyres or something, or he's just not up to the task on that restart. I don't know where is all the stuff. There we go. Bailey Fox is very close though. We know he has the pace to stick with him, and we know he has the pace to stay ahead of him, but does he have the pace to get past him once again? First time he did it was on the standing start, so we haven't actually seen Bailey make a move yet, only defend one. So can he do it to take the win in the last 2 laps? Where is the intervals? There they are. Oh, Bailey's just had a bit of arse spin there. It's not going to help him one bit. And the gap is building. Oh, I'm not sure if Bailey can make the move now. He's a bit too far back. If he's going to do it, he's going to have a hell of a penultimate lap now for him to make the move on the last. Oh, it is the last, sorry. So he's not going to have a chance on the large straight to take him. So he's going to have to be in this lap, and he's gone a bit deep there. And Gioshin he's just building half a tenth by half a tenth. And look at the gap already, by the way, 1.6 to the front three. Deluxey is within, well, Zenon is within Deluxey's penalty range. So it does look like he'll be taking the third podium spot at the moment. But Bailey Fox just not got the pace at the moment to, first of all, defend the move initially, and to keep with him, to give himself an opportunity to do the same back. Not much else going on at the back, so we'll just stick with these two at the front. Let's get all the cinematics off. Well, all the graphics off, just to make it a little bit cinematic as they come around the last few corners. That's a kick in the teeth for Bailey. He's been leading all race, and he's lost it within the last few laps because of an extra safety car. But to be fair to Gioshin, he took the penalty. Might have been on his own fault, but he's taken a penalty, and he's taken the win for the second round in a row in the Spanish GP. It's a cracking race for him. Sympathetic for Bailey, sympathetic for Deluxey there for taking a penalty and having to drop off the podium, but I'm sure they all won't be too annoyed with them. You can see Bailey's character there, very happy with the P2. To be fair, he wasn't in for the running for a win initially on his grid slot, but he made the moves early on, tried to hold it off, but just lost out to Gioshin, who's had a fantastic 2 debuts for Cone now. Double wins. PCZ taking a podium, Deluxey taking a P4, Riordan ran out the top 5 from P15, which is brilliant. Mazel's also P20 to P6. Absolute cracking drive. Ash J gaining positions too. P11. Everyone looks to be gaining positions apart from Fandango. He looks to be the anomaly at the moment. Taking P8. We got J Arton on P9. Victor Mean P10. Gautier Le Foulon, who started in P10 and only dropped 1 position. So unfortunate race for him. Lesty P12. Started P16, so he'd be happy with a few positions joined. Gained. Nacho P13. Polishman 14. Just the first of the DNFers. Digweed following on. Indian Jesus, that guy Draper, Will Simpo after bottling it because he on the straight. Trunders P19, and then Wild Dog DNFing first of all for P20, and that will be the race today. So have a look through the we'll get the all of that just in case someone needs it later on for Stewart in, and that'll be it. I'm not going to do racing reviews, and my apologies, but I need to get on with some things, and I'm cooking in here, so I want to get that window open as soon as possible. But thank you all for joining. Tune in to the Tier 4 stream, which should be live now, and then join us on Thursday for Tier 2 and for Tier 1. And we'll see you lot next week or later on this week. Goodbye.